Welcome back to the RYMAN podcast. My name is Massimo and We're here at the lovely Franklin Theater in downtown Franklin.
Yep.
My name is Massimo and To my right, I got my co-host. What's his face?
MC.
Stop it.
MC Brendan. I don't know.
MC Brendan?
Yeah. I don't know. I was trying to come up with something cool. I couldn't come up with anything.
Well, I even gave you all the time. We started.
Yeah. I'm never good at the intros. I mean, you saw the chat episode.
If you haven't seen the chat episode, please all you got to do is watch 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes.
Watch the whole thing. But
watch the whole thing. But
the first 5 minutes.
Just the first. It's like
okay.
Chad.
Okay. Now, what if Steve Lukather was sitting right there? You'd be like,
I'd say because people call him Luke. I'd be like, oh, how you doing, Luke? Oh, can I call you Luke? Steve, Mr. Steve. Like I'd fumble that. How you doing, Brendan?
I'm doing all right. I was just thinking we should have an episode of Steve's. Steve Perry, Steve Lukather. And then Steve Jordan, the drummer.
Yeah. There's more Steves, though. Steve Martin.
Yeah.
Steve Jordan.
What's another Steve? I don't know. I can't think of too many.
Stevie Wonder. Does that count?
Stevie Nicks.
I don't know. Does Stevies count?
I mean, I guess we gotta get a longer couch.
Because then we gotta do Stevens. Well, what you're thinking? They're gonna come here?
Yeah, thinking right there, live at the Franklin Theater. Why not?
Steve Lukather and Steve Perry. Yeah. I'll be sitting.
Steve Perry's first performance back with acting Toto as the band live at the Franklin Theater.
Oh my gosh! If Steve, okay, get this. This
Keith
is
Carlock though.
This is the imaginary band for today. Steve Perry's the front man.
Yep.
The backing band is just Toto. It's
but
just
old school
Toto.
Jeff. It's just Toto.
No, realistic. I'm thinking realistic.
I want Toto from 91 because I want Jeff smoking cigs with his beard.
That's all you ever think about is Jeff.
My favorite thing about Jeff Porcaro is that video, that like Toto reunion concert they did in like a warehouse.
No, it was they put out the record in 91, whatever it was called. I can't remember, but it had
Toto 9. I don't know.
No, it would have been 5, 6, 7, 8. I think
close.
Actually, you were close. I think it's number 8.
Okay.
I think 9 was with the first one was Simon Phillips after Jeff passed.
Got it.
So
Simon Phillips is good.
Yeah. But it's just Toto backing Steve Perry.
I just realized that I got to give you a welcome to the real world for today.
You do. I gotta pick the song of the week.
Man,
that ain't happening.
So last time we were here, we talked about that Sevy show we were gonna do.
Yes. And Taylor Swift. No, last time was Allison.
That's true. And we talked about the
Taylor Swift show. Those have both now passed.
Episode, yes. They have both now passed and they were within 2 days of each other. And before we get into it, I just need to tell everybody where I went into these shows with. I had gone on a weekend to go back home to with Maddie to go see my family. Shout out Maddie, happy 5 months today.
Today?
Yeah. Today's our 5 month. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Where's the champagne?
Anyway, flew back on Monday, woke up Tuesday, the day of the show, deaf in my left ear. The day of the Sevy show, wake up deaf in my left
Tuesday,
ear.
yeah.
It was just clogged, like it was clogged, but it was terrible. Thank God, actually, it helped the show, in my opinion, for me. It made me play better.
Yeah.
For that
Tell
show.
them what you thought about.
Because here's the thing, is that like, so it was the first show I ever did BGs, but it wasn't really BGs. It was more like just...
It's BGVs.
BGVs, whatever. But it was like chanting and like group vox stuff. It wasn't like actual harmonies, right? I was just kind of joining in for gang vocal stuff. I was so nervy about it.
Nervy?
But what was nice is that like I had my earplugs, so it was like this bone conduction where it was like, you know when a singer goes like this to hear themselves better? It basically was like this all the time, which sucks when you're not doing anything other than singing or playing.
But for you.
But for me, it was great because then I could hear myself singing.
Yeah.
And then what also helped is I didn't need as much of me in my wedge because it was like, well, I don't need to hear it there. I literally can't get away from it in my brain.
Also, everyone was saying that the BGVs were really loud.
But only 2 of them. It was yours and Jake's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were loud. And then me and Colin were like tucked away in the back.
Well, Colin, that's okay. I love you, Colin.
It was interesting with your BGVs at the rehearsal. It was funny.
I know. Savage, like, he's just shouting stuff. I'm like, I mean, no, but okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It was interesting the way the BGVs were loud. But anyway, while
At
we're
least
there,
I'd
Sevi
rather
show,
have that than them buried, like, and all the
Yeah.
vocals buried. So I mean,
let me ask you a question about the Sevi show. Do you think that was better or worse than the time when you guys did New Faces there? I know it was a longer set, so it's different. But like,
it was a different lineup too, because we had Matt playing keys and we had George on bass. So it was Matt and George, me, Jake, and Sevi.
yeah, but like still, like compare that to
It was-
this show.
I love playing with Matt, and that's not like a but. I actually love playing with Matt, so that's always a pro.
Mm-hmm.
I think this went better just because
so?
we're way more prepared. I think George only showed up. George and Matt, I think, showed up just to the SIR rehearsal the day of, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say they were unprepared, but because they knew the stuff.
It's a
But it
little
was
different.
just we felt
Yeah,
better. I think this last one.
yeah, it was
But-
fun.
I don't know. It was. I would do it again. Like I like that Matt is like kind of the second call for Jake. So
Yeah,
I love Jake, but Matt he can rip too.
yeah.
So
that's
they both.
fun.
Jake is a great guitar player though. Like
Yeah,
great guitar player. But Matt can.
I know. He
tickle
was like
those
in
ivories.
rehearsals and stuff, noodling. I'm like,
I know.
he's super nice. Yeah.
I know. Okay, well, how'd it go for you besides the ear thing?
But I went good. It wasn't the one chord that I'd been missing every single
Did you
rehearsal.
get it?
I got it.
Hey,
And when I got it, I looked back at Jake and I was like, I got it. Shout out the 2 chord that I kept forgetting.
and
anyway,
there she is, right?
And there she is. Yeah.
Sheesh.
It was the second chord of the bridge. It goes from 6 to a 2, and I kept going 6-5, which is technically the same thing, but like,
No, it's not. It's 2 and 5.
yeah, but in like modal context, like it's the same movement. So it,
Oh.
like, you know what I'm saying?
No,
But,
I
like,
don't. But okay.
I knew you wouldn't. But it was
I'm
fun.
a drummer.
It was the confidence boost that I needed before Taylor Swift. Because if I didn't have that
Really?
show and I just came home from my trip and went right
And just
into
went
Taylor
to
Swift,
Taylor Swift. Yeah.
I would have been pretty nervy about the ear situation. Because I think about it, by the time we got to the Taylor show, we didn't know that music as well as we knew the Sevi stuff.
Hmm.
But I knew how to play without an ear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I had time to figure it out.
Without an ear. Well, you would have sat down regardless. Like
I
if
mean,
you didn't
yeah.
have the Sevi show on that Tuesday, because it was a Tuesday, Wednesday. I know I worked, and then Thursday was the Taylor show.
Wednesday, I'd spent all day learning the Taylor
You
show.
lucky dog. Yeah, I didn't have that. I had like 2. I had like a half day. I sat down, and then I sat down the morning of the Taylor Swift show.
Yeah.
And
Do we want to just get into the Taylor show now?
well, no,
Or is
I want to
there anything
mention Julie and Eric
Oh, yeah.
came by the Sevi gig. Julie is the hospitality artist relations wonderful lady here, and Eric is the
Managing director.
He's
He's the big
just a
boss.
director.
He's the big boss.
it's not managing director. What's the one?
He's the big boss.
Yeah, but like
The boss man.
before he is the boss man. But like what are they? Wasn't managing director. It was the
I don't know.
like before they changed that title because I liked it
I don't
before.
know.
He's the head honcho.
He runs the place.
He runs the place.
The
Well,
theater. The Franklin Theater, this place.
really
place.
Tigers though. But
No,
I'm kidding. Anyway, they showed up like a minute after we got done.
I found out, I was talking to Maddie about it. I guess Julie said they walked in the door and heard us. Bow. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Like out of a movie where it's like
Wow.
333.
Bam, bam, bam.
Open the door. So, yeah, they were.
So what you're saying is we should have done a longer trash can so
Should've
that
done,
they
like-
could have walked in.
5 because that was the max you could do.
I would
what's
have done
fun?
10.
If you come to a show where Massimo and I are playing, I mean Massimo too, but especially him and I playing together, he always does this thing. Last song, no matter what, it could even end on a slow song. It could be
Yep.
a mellow and then 3. He'll call out a number and then that's just how many hits we do on the way
You
out.
got to
It's
get
just
those
fun.
hits. You got to get those hits.
See, I was thinking about that the other day. I hope that like in like 10 years from now we're playing in like an arena.
Yeah.
I can look over you across the stage and go 3.
Oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
It's funny. I don't know. It cracks me up. I also think it's funny that you do it with these fingers, which is more difficult to do when you're holding drumsticks. You switch your drumsticks to the other hand to give
I
3
do.
like that.
Why? What's the other way to do it?
You could just keep it and go 3.
Yeah, I could.
Just keep the full, and then it's 3. pow, pow, and then
you are right. I could do the fulcrum.
I don't know why you don't.
I don't know.
Well, because problem is that you don't know what number you're going to call, and you need the rest of your hand if you go any more than 3. So you just.
I feel like one time I'm going to throw up a 5 and yell 3, and then just be like, let's just see where we go.
Well, the other thing too is that you could probably really never do more than 5 unless you have time to put both your 6 down. Go 8, 8, 8, or wait, 8, 8, 8.
I mean, yeah,
10, 10, 10.
I could do. I could just go like, or I could do 9, or I guess.
Well, you have to like
8 or 6. 6 would be 6 like this.
6, yeah. 6, 6, 6.
Down, down. Oh, that's
doing
fast.
quick.
Down, 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 down.
Wait, no, it's 7. Whatever.
But anyway, they walked in.
At the last note.
So shout out to them for coming, and Maddie was there too.
Yes.
Brendan from Smokestack also came.
Shout out Brendan. He's the
Brendan's
man.
I think I posted about at the SIR clip, I think, or that put on my story, and he's like, "You guys play tonight?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right."
Yeah. You know what was cool too is that, and it's not like hidden knowledge. Sevy plays for the artist Taylor Holder, and Taylor showed up, which was cool.
Yeah, he brought some of his guys.
Yeah. It was actually, I was surprised how many, not surprised, but like it was a good crowd in there. It was a decent amount of people.
I don't think this is illegal to say or bad to say at all, but I bought Sevy a drink after the gig. We went, actually, it was funny. We played at the OG basement. We drove over to this place right across the street from the Basement East.
Yeah, where Jack White was playing.
Yeah, which we found out later. I was like, what?
So cool. Doors was happening after our show started. It's like we could have done our show and then gone to Jack White.
We could have. But I think it was sold out.
It was sold out.
Definitely sold out.
Because I looked it up and it said sold out Jack White.
Well, there you go. But I went, I don't know why I owed Sevy a drink, but I said I'll buy you a drink. I don't know. I went inside the little bar.
The meadery.
Yeah, whatever.
Make mead.
And he's like, I just want like a light beer, like a Miller, like just something, you know. And I'm like, this doesn't look like that kind of place. Definitely was not. But he didn't come in with me, so I went out into the thing. I told the guy, I was like, hey, do you have anything just like a light beer? I'm going to get my buddy a beer. And there was my fault. And the guy was like, I need to see his ID. I was like, oh, fine. So I went, got Sevy's ID, showed it to the guy. Cool. Put it in my wallet. Never gave it back to Sevy.
You have it right now?
No.
Oh.
I was we'll get to this, but I worked my first shift at the Ryman yesterday.
Yesterday? Oh, dude, you had it all weekend?
I opened my wallet, saw like the top of the car. I was like, Texas, what is this? What's his license?
Isn't he in Texas right now?
No, he's back. But he did a trip to Texas.
Oh, my God.
Because he posted all those pictures with Tatum.
Yeah.
And then just yesterday, I looked at my wall. I was like, oh, my gosh.
He didn't notice.
Well, I texted him. I was like, hey, so I have your license.
He was like, oh, thanks.
He's like, what? Why? And so I said, oh, I just had it from when I got you a drink. I just totally forgot to give it back. So what I did after my Ryman shift was I brought it back to him.
OEG.
Yeah, and he wasn't even there. I think he was at a Taylor rehearsal because it said he was in Jolton not Jolton,
Donaldson,
something. I don't know exactly where he actually rehearses. It's not close though. It's far.
Yeah,
it's far.
Dude, I remember when I first moved here, I booked like a 1 gig thing for this artist, and we rehearsed in Clarkston.
You booked it?
We rehearsed in Clarkston.
Where's Clarkston? Not Clarksville.
An hour north.
Clarksville.
Clarksville, an hour north of Nashville.
You do that all the time. Clarkston.
Well, here's the problem.
Gadsden.
Is that it was like I met him through Summer, and at the time he was on the same like production label that Summer used to be on.
Yeah.
And we were shooting.
She's not on that anymore?
No.
No.
Anyway, we were going to rehearse we shot a music video at the NASCAR race. It's actually cool.
Oh, sick.
It's on YouTube. It's his first video. It's got like 20,000 views actually. It's kind of cool. But the rehearsal was at the drummer's house in Clarksville. And I was just like, yeah, sounds cool. Didn't even think about it because like Dusty, the guy, his artist name was Dusty Live. He lives in Nashville, so I was like, there's no way he would.
Yeah. Nope. Yep.
Well, and I'm here in Franklin. I'm like, okay,
you're far away.
That's an extra 30 minutes for me. Although it was a fun drive, actually. Like I made it a whole day. Like I stopped on the way there, stopped on the way back. It was actually kind of nice.
I think there is. I might be wrong, but I think there's a Buc-ee's on the way.
Or I don't think I stopped.
There's Clarksville and Crossville, so there might have been the one.
I think it's past
Crossville.
I think I would have had to go a little bit farther.
A little further. Was he like west?
No, he was like.
Or
no, yeah, he was west. Yeah,
I think it's on the other side.
Yeah. It was West. Yeah, it was fun.
Well, before we get going into
Tay,
want to do the song of the week?
Yeah,
it's my turn.
It's yours.
I say that. Don't know what
you're gonna say.
Stall. Give me a minute.
Okay. While this is happening, I feel like this has happened the last couple episodes where I got to stall. You got it.
I got it.
Okay.
I was just listening to this on the way here. I don't think I actually knew this guy till I saw Ben Rector last year at the RYMAN on his acoustic tour, and he opened for him. And then ever since then, I've been a loose fan. I do like the music. I just have never sat down. On the way in this morning, I listened to some. It's Jordy, Searcy, and we're gonna play "Love and War in Your 20s."
What's it called?
Love and War in Your 20s.
Nice.
I think.
Nice.
I just looked at the title, so.
Hell yeah.
All right, here it is.
Here it is.
That job they offered, moved down by the ocean, but I love the way your hand feels when it's under mine. I don't want to take the world for granted, while I'm still trying to understand it. The more I live, I am convinced everyone just wants to be in love.
Okay, now we're back in.
Nope.
I'm keeping that in. All right, we're back.
I wonder if you could even hear it. I'll blow it
Maybe.
up. Maybe.
You'll blow up. Siri talked to him on his watch. That's all.
Stupid.
What?
That's not nice.
I just knew that was the response, so I was like, I'll see it. Okay.
Well, I hope you guys like that song. It's a cute little ditty. It's wonderful.
Cute little ditty.
Have you not heard that song before?
Nope.
We should have played it. We
I
played a
don't
different
even
song
know
at the
who he
break.
is.
We played. You don't know who that is? It's like think of more. This is not the best way, but it's pretty close. Think of more acoustic, folky version of Ben Rector.
Okay. Sounds about right.
Yeah, but he's younger. I think Jordy's in his 20s, late 20s maybe.
We should listen to it.
We should have. Oh well.
It's okay.
Getting back to the week of crazy gigs.
Yes. Want to go into
Taylor
Tay-Tay?
Swift. We did the Franklin Theater Sings Taylor Swift night at the
Yes.
Franklin Theater.
Shout out Mackay.
House band was me, Brendan, Mackay, and a actual awesome guitar player named Thorn.
Thorn's awesome.
We didn't know him. We met a day of and,
Yeah.
and went and did
He's
it.
the man.
So
Yeah.
he is the man. His tones, I know all we talked about were his tones were really like
He had really nice.
killer.
His clean tones were super nice.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
I might actually throw up a picture of
From the show?
my kit, like the setup, because I think
yeah.
I took one. I don't know if it'll be bright enough, but I'll try and throw it up. So here's that picture. It was really cool. That was the biggest kit I've ever used of my stuff for anything. Because I was like, it was all these different tones, and there's no. I'm happy to play it out this way. We were gonna use like a pad to do some extra like fake drums
Yeah.
and stuff. And then Mackay the morning of was like, no,
Ain't happening.
it ain't happening. So I was like, cool, I get to bring a ton of stuff now. Of course, I was already rehearsing with a ton of stuff. Like I had an extra ride. Don't ask me why. I just wanted one. It was a
nice.
different sound.
It was
a
nice.
very
Did you
different
even
sound.
use? Did you use?
I used it. Yeah.
Nice.
Like for the slower stuff, or I don't want a big washy because my other one's the it's more brighter and it's not
There's more
necessarily
sustain to
washy.
it.
Yeah, it's got way more sustain. This is more crisp and there's a lot of articulation on it, and the bell's great. I was like, and we did such a variety of stuff. I mean, it's
Yeah.
if you think about it, it's over 2 decades of music.
Yeah, it is.
Over 2 decades. Because when did that first record come out? 2005, 4,
I think somewhere in there. Yeah, I don't know.
early 2000s.
Before 2010 for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So at least 15, 20 years. At least.
I
probably
think
more.
around 20.
Yeah.
Give or take a year or two.
Yeah. It
So-
was fun.
It was great.
Your kit looked cool. It was fun.
Yeah, it looked
and you were
cool.
up on a riser too.
I
so-
know. I felt like such a
well,
man.
and let's just elephant in the room here. Your first FT live show.
Yes,
You've done it now. We've been talking about it for years.
I have done it. I've done
We're
2
here.
rentals now, and now an FT Live. So this
Yes.
is my 3rd gig at the theater.
So now you can't complain anymore about what you have and haven't played here because now you've done it all.
no,
And I don't mean that in a bad way, but I mean like now actually, like
I'm a
you've always
pro.
been talking about how I want to do an FT live. I want to do an FT.
Yeah,
You've done
but
it now.
now I've done it, I just want to keep doing it.
Yeah, do big,
That's the
do more.
problem.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
that I'm complaining that I haven't
Well, I
done
mean,
anything.
it sounds like we're gonna do another FT Sings probably.
That would be so cool.
Probably will be in the new year. I'm assuming.
Yeah, as much as I want to squeeze one in this
see.
year, I don't think we have any days or even.
It's so crazy here. No, you know who just texted me about Halloween movies? Just sidebar, Sam from Dark Horse texted me the other day. He's like, "Hey, you guys doing Halloween movies again?" I was like,
Yeah.
yes, they aren't
Remember
released
Sam
yet,
from the
but
beginning
yes.
of this season? We had him on this season. That was forever ago.
That was this season.
Oh
Whoa.
my gosh, he was the first.
Maybe second, right?
I think he was the first guest. He was episode 2,
Nice.
and then Tyler was right after him.
What a good conversation that was.
What
with
a
Tyler.
great-
I might go listen back to that sometime.
Ugh. Anyway, so how was the night for you? It was crazy.
Well, let's get into before. So, like, soundcheck was a little bit of mayhem because we had like 3.5 hours of nonstop playing for us on stage. We didn't get a break. I got one potty break.
We didn't
once.
say it was 23 songs.
Yeah.
That one of them was acoustic and one of them didn't have drums. So I played 21 songs. You
I played 22.
All with different vocalists.
Yes.
Every single one. We had 20 plus
Yes.
different singers.
And if you're no, I was almost gonna make a diss at drummers, but I won't.
No.
I was gonna say-
No. Do it.
I was gonna say if you are a string or noted instrument player, the thing that was tough about the night, not tough, but like the Taylor Swift, a lot of obviously we didn't have a full pop band, so we did some different arrangements
Yeah,
for
just a
stuff
4-piece.
to fit the band better. But like some of these songs are like, and it's not a lie, it's kind of all the same chords, but then it's like you get the one measure that makes no sense and is weird out of nowhere that never comes back.
Yep.
And it was like the little things were throwing me off. Like I said earlier, how I spent that whole Wednesday rehearsing the show. I'd get 80%, 90% of every song, and then there'd be that one thing where I'd just be like, I don't know what's going on. I made the joke. I talked about it. At one point during soundcheck, we're in the middle of an easy song, and I just throw my hand. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. It was just all of a sudden you get this weird chord, and then it just throws me off.
I remember hearing that
crazy.
in my ears. I just said, I was like,
And then I was like, I don't know what's going on. Thank God it was during rehearsal, not the show.
I know. Well, to be honest, I just had a lot of Mackay in my ears. You and Thorn were not that loud.
Our vocals or our instruments?
Vocals,
Oh.
instruments. I just had a lot of Mackay. I was like, if I'm with this man, I'm okay. Because if I would have made a more coherent mix if we had a rehearsal or something, and I wanted to just be able to hear everything, but I needed to rely on him a little bit more than otherwise. Because there was no rehearsal beforehand, it was just the sound check and the show.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
I was a little
really
nervy
fun.
after rehearsal because I had a couple moments where I didn't know what the hell's going on, and I was like,
Mhm.
I hope this doesn't go into the show. But the show went pretty good actually.
It did. I think there was only one where I was like, I wish that was better.
Yeah, but also we all kind of did that.
We on
As
that
a band,
one,
that
yeah,
one, we all kind of just, I don't know.
yeah.
It was weird. We didn't play the bridge. We just kept doing the one.
Dude. Well, I don't know. It was that late in the night,
Second to
and
last song.
I couldn't quite hear the guy either. I don't know. It was partly me because I didn't know the song well enough, but it was a little different of an arrangement too.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It was one thing I want to point out for the show is shout out Chris Cockrell,
Dude,
who did lights for it.
Chris is the freaking man.
Chris is the man.
we gotta get him on before the
I'm
end
in
of the
his
season.
fantasy league. I'm super excited
With
about
Zach,
that with the Zach crew. They just took a video the other day, like sorting out like what the pick order is.
Yeah.
And it's all of them at like a crew lunch, and they just had someone pulling hats, and it's all them, and then they go, "Oh, it's Brendan, the new guy." I was like, "That's me, the new guy." Yeah.
We need
So,
to have Chris on before the end of the season.
Chris is the man.
I want
He's,
to have him on.
lighting engineer for
Zach Brown
Zach Brown. Yeah, he's been with him for I think 10 years now.
and Chesney.
Well, no, he's not. He's on tour with Chesney.
Oh,
Tommy's
Chesney. That's right.
Tommy's with Chesney.
I want to get. What if we did Tommy and Chris at the same
We
time?
could also think you aren't gonna know these.
You're not gonna know these people.
What if we got Jaren when he's free?
If he's free?
Dude, our man is always busy. We love that guy.
Speaking of
I love
Jaren, is there anything
He's the
else you
man.
want to talk about the Taylor Swift, or else we're gonna move on to
I just want to say it's really fun to play with you as a drummer.
likewise?
It's some
a
of the
bass
other
player.
drummers, other than like you and Zach.
I was just gonna say, who else do you play with? No one.
I've done like one-offs with people.
And the guy
They're okay.
was Summer, I guess.
Yeah, but yeah, it's fun.
That was a great experience. Thank you, Amy Sapp,
Yes, that was fun.
for letting us
And
be
that
on
was the first time ever in my life that I got paid the day of the show. That was sick.
That was the first time I ever got paid the day of a show.
Ever in my life. Ever.
Pretty great, isn't it?
Awesome. Literally walking off stage going, here's your check. I'm like,
yeah.
This is great.
I think it was even before we played. I think
I got
was
mine.
it after? Okay.
I got mine after.
I know sometimes they'll hand it out like after sound check, right before the downbeat to say,
show.
here's your check.
Yeah,
I've gotten that
like
before.
High hopes for the show. Yeah, it makes you feel good for the show. Yeah, no,
Yep.
I got it right after, but still.
Like, well, now you
I'm
can't
grateful
screw
for
up.
it. Yeah, that
I
was
guess
fun.
you can screw up because you got paid.
Shout out Amy. Amy,
Amy's the man.
programming director here. She also helped us get Allison on the podcast and Cassidy Pope and Brian Long-Dales. Also, Brian was one of the singers in.
Yeah, Allison and Brian were one of the singers.
Allison and Brian were singers.
We were trying to
So
get
that was-
Cassidy. I think she's on the road right now.
She's on the road, but it was really fun.
Yeah, we'll have to do it again.
Yeah, go ahead. You were gonna say something about Jaron or something.
Jaron. Speaking of Jaron works at the RYMAN as one of his jobs. No, he was not there yesterday. I would like to formally announce. I don't think I've actually said it on here. I am now an on-call stagehand at the RYMAN Auditorium. And yesterday was my first shift. My body really hurts. It was an 8 to 6 day, and it was. I think I can say what it was. No, it's gonna happen before this is posted.
Yeah, but I think like when I worked there, I signed an NDA that you can't.
But I didn't.
Oh, then go for it. I'm not you. Go for it.
It's the ACM Awards. Don't hurt me, RYMAN.
They're at the
I've said
RYMAN
that.
every year. It's at the RYMAN every year.
We set up there was today they're doing more load in or sound check or just a run through all day today, I think. And then the next day is a load out. But I'm not
So
available.
it's tonight.
No, it's tomorrow.
Oh.
Because they'll do load out when it's done tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Because I think they just pre-film it and everything.
And then
like it'll be during the day tomorrow, I think.
And then they'll air it later. Yeah.
But tomorrow's yesterday was the big load-in day. So we were putting up the scenery, hanging lights, cabling, everything. So by the time I left, I mean, there were instruments on stage. Everything looked mostly done.
Yeah.
So patches were being made. It was fun.
It's a big stage, isn't it?
It was, well, it was so funny. Everyone there was like, this stage is so small. I was like,
dude, I know.
You guys got no idea.
I worked there.
Everyone there.
Just for context for them, I worked there briefly too. But it's my first day. Everyone's like, yeah, I wish the stage was deeper. I'm like, dude, this is twice our
huge.
stage. Yeah.
It's more than twice the size of our stage.
It's more than twice our stage lengthwise.
Yeah.
But in depth, I think it's like almost exactly duplicate of ours.
It was funny because they had
like it's 2 of ours.
They have a small LED screen at the back, but they don't have it at the back wall. There's still a pass through.
Pass it, yeah.
Yeah, and it was decently, like 2 people could fit through there going back and forth.
Yeah,
and it'd be a little sorry, but like it'll work. So they left a nice amount of space out back. And then they had risers with the drums on them in front, like where all the musicians were. I looked at the space from the end of the kick drum to the front of the stage. I'm like, that's kind of about the length it is here from the end of the drums to the front of the stage. Maybe a hair more, like a couple, maybe a foot. But like it was...
The stage is super long.
It's long. It's not very deep. Yeah. But I'm just surprised they left that much space behind the LED wall, like basically the end of the set. I mean, there's a lot. I've never run more cabling in my life, to be honest. A lot of 50, 75, 100 footers.
That's what's tough about it, is that you're not running short cables over there. You're
but it was
running
all power. They had their world on stage right, all the power and the lighting, like everything, the hub of it. And I will say it was a very humbling experience. They said, "Hey, we need you to." It was the guys coming. I don't know exactly where these guys were from. I don't know if they're just ACM people or these are people that ACM hired out to like make the show. I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
The deal is with that.
Yeah.
But it was basically the lighting guys. Is a guy named Brian and Matthew, and they were both great. Someone said, "Hey, there's these basically a 4-banger, but it was power, and they were all like it was color coded. It was white, green, red, and blue and black. Those were 5. And they said, we just need you to plug these in. Go. I was like, okay. And there was 2 sections. There was like a top and bottom. It was like a 5-banger and the 5-banger on either end, like a shorty. And all you do was go from one to the other. And there was a third one on top, but I didn't even look at that. I was like, cool, I have 2 ends. I just boop, 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 match it. First problem, they did not go in that easily. So I was like, is this right? Second thing, did it wrong.
Nice.
Third thing, the cable I had needed a turnaround on it or something, so I couldn't even do it correctly because the guy, like I was screwing up and the guy was like, or Matthew was like, let me just do it. I was like, okay. And then he was doing it. And he was like, yeah, this is the wrong cable. I need to get another cable. I was like, okay, good. It wasn't me.
Okay, it's not just you. Yeah, it's not just you. Yeah.
But dude,
That's okay.
It was very hard. No, I've realized I need to keep doing things that aren't in my comfort zone, which is why I took the job. Because I know this job here now.
Well, and what we don't deal with here often is like video walls and loading in DMX every day.
That's the biggest production I've been a part of besides the Show Crow thing we did early this year.
Yeah.
And it might have been bigger just because I was way more hands-on.
It definitely is bigger.
Because the Sheryl Crow, I did more of the overall production after load-in. Because once load-in was done, their people patched and they did all that. I was the one doing that in this case. So probably around the same level. I don't know. It was fun. I don't know how often I'll really be there, but Carly, the stage manager, awesome. Thank you again to Jaron. We gotta have Jaron on.
The man. Jaron is the man.
He's out with
David, a ton of people right now.
David Cook, Daisha, and I don't remember the third.
Philip Phillips.
Philip Phillips.
Daisha. But I think he just did a one-off with another artist too. I don't remember, but he just posted about it.
He's hot in the industry, as they
he used
say.
to be here all the time. Now he's too hot for us. He's too cool
I was gonna say.
Anyway,
that was my little spiel about the RYMAN. It was great.
The RYMAN's cool. I worked there 3 or 4 times before I got my promotion here.
But just as basically a contractor, right?
Yeah, as a contractor stagehand. But it was like us working in tandem. I did the Jelly Roll. He did a show, but then the day before had a Hulu premiere of his documentary. So day 1 was loading in like half of his load in and then loading in.
Did they have like a screen
the video wall
or something?
We had to hand tie a giant screen the length.
Really? They didn't just grab a big projector sheet and call it a day?
So they had 2 $250,000 projectors up in the balcony that we had to place there. Just place at the end of the
And those things are heavy.
Yeah.
How many guys did you have to have?
I think 8 on one.
Oh.
Because they're also like lasers and stuff. So if you can't tip it too far one way or the other, because then it was like you had to be even and it had to be evenly carried. It was tough. Yeah. And then we had to hand tie a giant screen that they could project on that was the length of the whole stage.
Yo.
Yes. And then also it was like hanging video walls and stuff. And then the second day was the rest of the load in. Which actually, it was really cool to see the stage setup for all that.
Yeah.
Because it was a super cool production, but they didn't prioritize one thing over the other to a degree, but they all played in tandem with each other.
It was just a good production.
Like the audio guys were like helping the lighting guys so that all their stuff was set up together. I was like, this is cool.
Yeah, I did a lot of lighting stuff yesterday.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And they were like,
stuff,
okay,
honestly.
you go over there and do backline stuff. And I was like, lighting people keep going. I was like, okay.
You're like,
I want to set up the drums.
I'll set up the drum kit for you. Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah. I want to play there someday.
Bucket list.
That's honestly
big
the
bucket
dream.
list.
You know where else I want to play? I know it sounds terrible.
What?
The Caverns.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never been there.
Me neither, but it just looks cool. I want to play there. Although I have a feeling, unless you're doing ears, it would sound terrible.
You just
on
went
stage.
ears and moved the whole
if you're
microwave.
doing ears, if you aren't doing ears at that venue, I think it'd be tough to hear.
Yeah.
All the caverns all over the place.
I don't know why.
The bounce back.
You know what I was thinking the other day? Because I did the orientation for them. Because technically we're all owned by, it's actually called OEG, the Opry Entertainment Group. Not Owens Entertainment Group.
Yeah.
We all technically work for them.
Yeah.
So my orientation was at Opry.
Yeah.
And it was on a Tuesday, so we could go see. We went backstage during the show.
During Opry?
Yeah. We saw someone perform, and we were kind of backside stage. And it was really cool.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, that'd be cool to play the Opry. Or, I don't know. I don't even know how this happened, but to become a member, like, that'd be nuts. That'd be nuts. I want to play the Opry. I'm saying
to be a member of the Opry, you'd have to be a performer. Like, you'd have to be the singer.
Really?
The guy. I don't think.
Is there no other way?
I don't think they induct bands.
Or like individuals? I don't know too much.
I think it's individuals, but it's just performers. Like singers and stuff, I think.
Well, that's what you got to do.
I just want to play at the RYMAN. That's cool.
RYMAN's...
The RYMAN. And then I also, for me, I really want to play at the Fillmore back in Detroit.
Yeah.
It's where I saw Slash. It's where my brother just saw Charles Wesley Godwin. It's where Eddie Van Halen climbed up to the ceiling and jumped off into the audience.
I want to play...
I said Eddie Van Halen. I meant Eddie Vedder.
Oh.
Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam. He climbed the statues and then climbed up and then jumped into the audience. I just want to play there because it's historic and it looks sweet.
The bucket list for me that's not local is the Beacon Theater in New York.
Yeah.
Because Steve Perry did that someone bootlegged the entire show, and I love that man for it. It was in the 90s when he was doing. It's like the last tour he really ran on. For Love is Strange Medicine, the second solo album, it was like 94, 95. And someone just was up in the balcony just with a camcorder or something. Like, it was the 90s.
Over
the shoulder.
Yeah.
The entire show.
That's cool.
And so when I learned that was a Beacon Theater, I was like, I'm going to play there.
I want to play there. Yeah.
And Jerry Seinfeld did like a 2-week residency there too. So, that was recently.
Madison Square Garden would be cool too. Not only for the
I mean,
musicians.
all these, now we're getting to like,
for me,
Red
like,
Rocks.
Red Rock, but also like for MSG, like WWE has had. I'm a wrestling fan, and there's been so many cool, especially back in the day, events that happened at MSG. It'd be cool to play there and be like, Hogan slammed. Hogan slammed.
That's what you're thinking about.
Hogan slammed. What's his face here? Andre the Giant. Hogan slammed Andre the Giant.
Oh my
at
gosh.
MSG, WrestleMania 3, I think. Oh man.
Wow. Okay, well, we got to get into the song I gave you last week.
Yes.
Passion, Possession. I really just showed you it for that, Phil.
Well, and here's the song is like good. The problem is that it's kind of basic to a degree.
Yeah.
And that fill at the beginning doesn't really make any sense to me. It's cool, but like it doesn't fit with the groove of the rest of the song. Like
it does.
It's swung, but then the rest of the song isn't swung.
That's the point. It's a shuffle.
Yeah, but it's not like.
But they're just not emphasizing the thing. But that's the thing about Jeff is that he always just. It could be dead on, and he swings it just a hair because that makes it feel better.
Yeah.
Like, that's why all these. It's a different sound. Like, I was actually thinking about this the other day. It's like these drum machines are like on the money, dead straight. It's like, yeah, that's a feel, and it's fine.
Do you see the video Rick Beato did of when the levee breaks, timeline versus not?
Yes. Sounds awful.
Yeah, that's true. Timelining stuff is,
It's tough. But what'd you think
But I
of
think it's
it?
a good song.
It's 1989. Is when it came out.
Yeah. We were talking about it earlier. It sounds like Steve Lukather too. And if it's not, it's someone trying to be.
I really think it might be Toto backing the guy.
And what's his face? Picaro. What's his brother?
Steve. Or Mike on bass.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike. It's the three brothers were at the band. It was Jeff on drums, Mike on bass, and Steve on keys. So that might have been.
Might have been, honestly. It might have just been the Picaro brothers, and then like someone trying to be Steve. If it's not Steve,
you mean Luke? People call him Luke.
Steve Lukather.
Steve Lukather. Yeah, if that wasn't Lukather, it's someone just wanted to be.
Yeah.
But also, I think that if that record came out like 2 years earlier, it would have been more of a hit. Or like more well known because I don't know, by '89 everyone was doing those kinds of sounds and I don't know,
to be ahead of it.
Yeah.
That's true. But I mean, it's a good song.
Yeah. Would you listen to it outside of it?
Maybe. The problem is that like
I got a maybe. I think that's my first maybe. Every time you'd be like, no.
If I'm listening to that vibe, I'm just gonna go straight to Toto.
Yeah.
Like
that's true.
I don't need to cut corners. I don't
want to cut.
Let me just get right. Are
you saying that song's cutting corners?
No, I'm just saying.
Yes, it is.
Like if I'm feeling that,
it's okay.
vibe,
I'm with you.
The last thing I'm gonna look up is what's that one PPP song we talked? No,
PPP.
I'm going right to Toto for. Is that Toto?
The one with those sounds would be the couple
but what's
after
the one
that.
with like Rosanna and
that's 4.
Yeah, 4. I'd go right. Give me Toto 4, please.
But 4 didn't have those sounds. The next 3
See,
had
but like
those
even when I
80s
listen to
sounds.
that, it doesn't. It's not the sounds as much as the vibe
Just
of it,
and
the Jeffness of it, and it's like
I'm just gonna
go to 4. I'm just gonna go to Toto 4.
That's fair.
And just play it top down. There isn't a bad song on Toto 4.
Agreed.
So
very much agreed.
Yeah, bangers top to bottom.
That's why they won a Grammy.
Although Georgie Porgy isn't on that, right?
Georgie Porgy.
It's
on the first record.
Yeah,
Hold the Line.
That's a smacker.
You know that?
The outro.
No, that's the intro.
Or
that's
what's
Child's Anthem? You know
that's right.
That's the Total Tribute Band we had here?
Yeah.
Their Child's Anthem, they're named after just the first little instrumental on that first record.
Is it the Steve Gadd outro? Oh, I'm thinking of Steely Dan now. The outro to
Asia?
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking about now.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
I was watching videos. Yeah, I don't know why that reminded me of that.
It's two amazing drummers and two amazing bands.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
So now you got to give me
Okay. Yes.
the deal.
And I'm going a little bit of a different vibe to a degree.
Okay.
Different from that, but kind of straying away from the pop songs I've been giving you lately.
But
for this.
you got to welcome to the real world.
Welcome to the real world.
That's going to be bad.
Welcome to the real world.
Welcome to the real world.
I am going with, so Post Malone just released his country album.
Yeah.
And it's really good in my opinion. Some of the songs are not my thing, but some of them are good. The one that I really like, I think it's the last song.
On the record?
Oh. It's called Mexico, but it's spelled out. It's not just Mexico, it's Mexico.
Like, what do you mean?
Like it's like there's a dash in between each letter.
Oh,
it's like spelled out.
Like M-E.
Yeah,
okay,
and like the hook is like he's spelling it, he's not saying it. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's kind of cool. It's kind of like old school, like Toby Keith, like 90s country feel a little bit.
Okay, I'm a fan already.
The drum sound is awesome because it's like blown up, but it's doing this train beat, but it's like actually makes it sound modern, but not undifferent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at first, you probably wouldn't notice it. We would, but like nobody else would notice it. But like it is actually
we're cool,
kind of blown up or whatever. But anyway, and it's featuring Billy Strings. He's so good. He's like a bluegrass just guitar player, and he sings too. His like little licks in it and so nice. It's not his fastest solo in the world, but that's okay. He doesn't need to be
doesn't
fast.
Matter. Yeah,
it's like consistent picking like every eighth note, like nonstop. Like,
dude.
God, he's on fire.
Okay,
and it's a great outro to the record.
I'm actually excited to listen to that.
Also, the Dolly song is really good.
Oh,
the song with Dolly. There's 2 songs with Luke Combs. One of them, the single, I wasn't a big fan of, but the other one, it's got some really weird chords in it, and it's kind of cool. And then the song with Sierra Farrell is really good, but she doesn't have her own part. She just
Sierra who?
Sierra Farrell.
Not Sierra Hull?
No, Sierra Farrell is like a bluegrass singer, super folky.
Okay.
She's remember me and Shay went to that private concert at the Analog?
Yeah, without me?
Yeah. I'm sorry, she had 1+1 and she invited me.
Whatever.
It was Sierra Farrell at the
Not
Analog.
important.
It was cool.
That's fine. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'll listen to that.
It's a good song.
Speaking of that record, I had some help with Morgan Wallen. Some help. The fill into the chorus. I had some help.
It's
one of the best fills.
It's Aaron Sterling.
Yes.
But it's also, if you think back, I know you've seen the video of Dave Grohl talking about how he stole all of his fills from disco.
Yes.
It's that exact thing.
It is.
You think it smells like that's just which was old dry disco.
Okay, so Aaron, let's trace it back. This country,
yes,
I'd say country rock song with Aaron Sterling was stolen from Dave the fill itself.
I don't know if he stole it, but it's the same.
Inspired. We'll say inspired.
Yes.
Inspired from Dave Grohl in the 90s.
Whether it's subconscious or not, it was inspired. But yeah,
with a punk. I don't know what would you call it?
Grunge.
Grunge, which was stole from the 70s.
Disco. He mentioned a band specifically. I don't remember what the band.
I know he did say it, and I can't remember either.
But yeah,
but I'm like, it's the gift that keeps on giving. Just
I bet you too. We talked about him now. I bet you could go find examples of Picaro doing that.
Oh yeah,
or like Gad, or
dude, but like
Peg, or
I remember hearing just that lick into the chorus. I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And it never gets old.
And he does it like three times in the song
every chord.
Which is perfect like storytelling because it sets you up for it to,
So I bring it up because I was at a session with Shlomo Franklin, a recent guest on the podcast. And it was a song, he sent me the demo a couple of days before, and it was just like, hey, let's just go in and record the single. And at first it was just me and Shlomo in there, and everyone else kind of trickled in. And I was like, I don't know. I did something to get into the chorus. Like I was going to do like a like whatever. And it's like brush stuff. Like it's folk, broken down kind of deal. And I was like, and they were like, nah, we're not really feeling it. And then I thought of this fill, just the chord notes. And I was like, what if I just Aaron Sterling this?
Just steal it.
And I did it. And the recording engineer or producer was like, yeah, that's great. It's like, thank you, Aaron Sterling. I'm stealing your licks.
Thank you, Dave Grohl. Thank you, Disco. Thank you, Drummer Nation. Yeah.
And it was, I don't know. It was just like a simple groove the whole time. And then that's like the only time it's broken up. And I'm like, it just works. It just works.
It's nice. It sets up a good downbeat too.
It does. It does. I'll have to show you the. Actually, I have the bounce, the desk mix. I'll have to show you. Man, well, that's fun. We covered a lot of ground today. I feel like.
Hell yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to title this because it's all over the place. Gigs, and more gigs.
Life
also,
update.
Post Malone.
Life update plus Posty. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, this has been a Green Room podcast. You can follow us at Podcast The Green Room on Instagram. Podcast The Green Room Podcast, YouTube.
Whoa.
I'm just saying words.
He's having a stroke.
Spotify, we're also there. Brendan, say words so I stop.
Instagram is at Beat and Aiton. More Weight Band. We're potentially talking about maybe doing another
on the road.
Maybe going on the road.
When was the last one? What month did you?
It was in May.
Oh yeah. I think that's good spaced out.
We have a show,
one in May, doing it in November.
We have a show coming up in September with band JVK.
JVK.
Which we played with them before. They're super cool. Actually, it was the first time Maddie came to a show was when we played with them. It's not going to be a super heavy show, actually. I mean, it's going to be heavy, but not like crazy.
So I should go?
Yeah, if you want to. September 12th, I think.
I think that's the day before I leave. Or it is the day I leave. I don't remember.
Well,
is it a Thursday?
I don't remember. I think it might be a Wednesday, honestly.
If it's a Wednesday, I'm here. Because I leave the Thursday.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Okay. We'll talk about it later.
Sorry.
Anyway.
It's also with our buddies Shut Eye and Patchwork. So
shout out More Weight. I'm the one shouting out More Weight now. What?
We also, if you came to our Something Different show here at the theater, we did some acoustic music, obviously, for that. And I'll just tease there might be some acoustic releases. Maybe.
My cajon might be being...
release, singular.
My cajon might be being borrowed right now for something fun.
You should probably actually text him, but he's done with it now.
He said he's going to come by sometime this week. I don't remember.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
My name is Massimo De Stefano. You can find me, Massimo D Music, on all platforms. Massimo De Stefano on YouTube. I'm going to do my best to do a lot of editing in the last few months and get hopefully a few videos out before the end of the year. There will for sure at least be 2. If I can get... Oh, no, 3.
3. Plus the one we got to do, because we got to do the one.
That's 3.
Yeah, that is 3, I'm saying, yeah.
But the ones we did, which are now back...
2.
If I can get 1 or 2 of those out, I feel like that big one's that'll be next year, unless it's quick.
Yeah.
Actually, you want to mix that?
Yeah.
Do you want it now? Oh, I need to finish.
Yeah.
I think I need to comp it. I haven't finished comping it.
I'll mix it. I don't have any projects right now.
You heard it. If you don't like it,
great.
Anyway, well, this has been the Green Room Podcast. I don't think we have a guest next week, but the week after I think we do. I think that's the schedule.
Yeah.
We crazy to say, we're nearing the end of season 2.
Season 2 is soon to be over.
Yeah. I think we'll reach, how many episodes did we say? Around 30?
Yeah.
But then we'll do our few holiday ones as well. So
yep.
All right. Well,
awesome.
We'll catch you guys on the flippity flip.
Peace.
Ciao.